It's 11:23 a.m. and I just woke up. What the fuck happened yesterday? Like, the evening ended with us sneaking into a fucking secret annual gathering. I don't know. So I'm starting this hangover cam, and I'm just like, what the fuck happened yesterday? And I'm like almost feeling like this challenge that I'm on, you know, trying to step into your good energy and see what happens if it's like cool opportunities present themselves. And I'm like, I don't know even where to fucking begin. And okay, so let's begin with how it started and how it fucking ended. So it started out as what was supposed to be a business meeting between me and my friend. And we ended up sneaking into a fucking secret annual meeting with an organization. So, and I haven't done anything like that since I was a fucking teenager. And now I'm 34. I'm like, I'm fucking here for that. Maybe not every weekend, but just like as a little, I don't know. Like, I even have my 16-year-old hair style up here. My unicorn things. So, like, the evening started normal. Like, we just went to a hotel lobby and hotel bar, and we were like, yeah, we're going to bring our computers and have a glass of wine and talk about our business thing. And so it starts out normal. We get up to no, it doesn't start normal. We actually get into the lobby and we're like, fuck, there's a lot of people here. And usually it's not. So we're like, okay, weird, but okay. And we get into the elevator and we're going to the top floor. And in the middle of the rise of the elevator, a woman drops in who is super, I don't know, in colorful clothes, and she has, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it quickly in English, but whatever. She jumps in with a good energy, and she's like, "Are you guys?" And we're like, "What?" Like, no. And then she just jumps off the elevator on the next level, and we're like, "What the fuck was that?" And we're like, "Okay, that's probably a business event or something that's going on." So we get up to the top floor, go to the bar and order something. And I asked the bartender, I'm like, what is the event? What are all these people? And he was like, I don't really know. It's like a dance event, and it's apparently 1,400 people at this event. And we're like, oh, okay. And I was like, what kind of dance? Because I love dancing and I'm in the dance world. So I was like, what kind of dance community is this? And he was like, I don't really know, but I guess they're using our big venue in our building. And I'm like, cool, I want to know more about that. Nothing more happens at that point. I just get our drinks and we sit down and we have our meeting, and we're like starting to plan out the foundation of our thing. I have to talk to her and see how much I can say actually about that. And how was it? So we're basically just done with our meeting and just like gliding into having a normal evening together. And okay, it's heavy. Yeah, so at one point I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom and I'm gonna grab us a couple of glasses on the way back. And when I get to the bar for the second time, there has accumulated a lot more people. So, and when I get to the bar, I meet a girl there, and I'm like, "Oh, are you here with the dance event?" And she was like, "No." Okay. So first, when I come back from the bathroom, a guy like walks up to me and he's like, "Oh, so can you dance? Are you here for the dance event?" I'm like, "I love dancing. What dance is it? What dance do you do?" And he grabs me and dances a few steps with me, and I'm like, "Yeah, cool." And I'm like, what dance is it that you dance? Or what are you here for? Like, and he doesn't tell me. And I'm like so confused because when in the dancing world, people are very clear about what fucking dance they do. It's either salsa, it's ballroom, it's like, or Swedish kinds of dance. Ooh, warm. So I'm like, and he doesn't tell me, which is so fucking weird. And when I'm like insisting on knowing what dance are you doing, and he was like, just walked away, like as a very mysterious man. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm so confused. Okay, my tea is boiling already. I'm just gonna grab it. And so yeah, so he walks away like a weirdo. And then I walked up to the bar and stood next to a woman, and I was like, "Oh, are you here for the dance event?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" She was like, "Oh, but you mean the?" And I was like, "What the fuck is?" And she was like, and I was like, "Oh no, I meant the dance event." I was like, "I know that they have a large dance event here." And she was like, "How was it?" She was, but anyway, it fucking turns out that they were the dance event. And I was like, so fucking confused. So apparently it was like a community, a very closed community, was there to network together with a male community that's called. And apparently the whole floor, the whole top floor of that bar was a networking event. The first day of this 3-day experience for them, it was like an annual meeting. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. Nothing more from there. And so, and another guy from came up from Norway, and he was like, hey, are you also from? And I was like, no. And, just they were all so fucking friendly, and was just, I just had an amazing time. Whoopsie. I just had an amazing time talking to them. And at this point, it's still very not much happening, but I'm just starting to connect the dots. Like, oh, okay, they're here. I have to look up the word. Should I look up the word, or maybe I put it on the screen? I just put it on the screen. So I'm calling this a community, but I don't know if it is. So I'm gonna call it community, and then I'll put it on the screen what they are. But at this point, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. They're here. They're having their thing. Walk back to my friend Sophia, and I'm like, sorry. I'm just about to tell her, like, oh, I cracked the code. Like these. Okay, I'm so sorry. I cracked the code. Like these. They short form it to, and then they call every woman who's in there, they call themselves, and that's why they asked if we were in the elevator. And I was like just about to explain this to her, but I didn't even. I was like, I just said, oh, I cracked the code. I know what's going on here. But before we knew it, 2 people approached us, a man and a woman. The man actually, the man that came was the man who grabbed me for a dance and then left me. And he comes over with a woman. And they were like, hey, can we sit here with you? When you go to a bar, you are with your own company. But so that people were approaching us is weird. But we didn't understand that the whole floor was for this community. So they thought that we were a part of it, but we just happened to be there. So they were on a networking mode. So they were like, yeah, gonna gaze everyone, go to us. And since we were apparently a part of the... so can we sit with you? And we were like, okay, sure. And we just started talking. And as soon as the woman realized that we weren't a part of the community, she left, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna network, go and talk to other people. And we were like, oh, okay, cool. But before she left, I was like, they said like, oh, you are you also coming to the dance event? And I'm like, what the fuck, what dance are you dancing? And they were like, oh, it's different dances, it's like, and she said, oh, we have danced a bit of tango. And I'm like, oh, cool. But then there are other dances, and I was like, okay, so have he danced tango with you? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, okay, oh, that's awesome. But then it was like just so fucking confusing. And they were like, he explained it like, oh, the person on the stage at this dance event says, oh, now we're dancing tango, or now we're dancing this. And I was like, that's not really how dance events go. Normally, a dance event is very clear. This is the dance style that we're doing. It could be a mix, a couple of dances mixed, but it's very fucking clear. And usually it's like, okay, now it's a bachata song, now it's bachata, or now it's salsa, or whatever, but it's clear. It's not like tango and salsa and bug, a Swedish dance. So I'm fucking confused at this point, because in my mind this is a dance event, like the dance is the main character. However, so and then she goes, and I'm like, okay, this man seems to dance tango, cool. And we start talking, and we talk business, and I don't know, it's so many levels to this story for me. And he was like, what are you guys doing? And we just step into like, we're having a business, like this is our business. And we talk, and we had literally come up with the idea on that night. And just to be able to sit there and be like, okay, we're gonna own this, and we were like, this is our idea. And oh my lord, this evening, and other people approached us, and every time I went, like, left my friend to do something and come back, it wasn't a person sitting next to her, because they were in networking mode, and it was just so hilarious because they thought we were a part of the community. And also, when we talked about, we're looking for a venue, we're looking for something, and they were like, oh, cool, maybe I can connect you with a person, and let's connect. And so it turned out to be kind of a networking event for us as well. And I have no idea what that will lead to, because we don't need help to find a venue. We can do that ourselves. But it was just interesting that people were in that kind of networking mode, and we didn't come in with that intention. And so and in the end of that evening, we were also sitting there by ourselves in a sofa, and another man approached, and he was like, can I join you? We were like, at that point we're like, we're here for it. We're like, now it's networking mode. We're like, yeah, sure, come on. And we were just talking. And another aspect of this was like, I was trying to figure out, like, okay, what is your network about? Like, what is your community about? And he was from and I was like, but what's your core? And we were trying to ask questions like, what brings you together? Was like, what does every person have in common? And he was like, no, we're more like brothers, and we do things, and we like, I don't. He didn't give me anything really. So the only thing that all these people said is that they drink wine together, and they do some charity, and they do make company visits. Like, they were like, yeah, we visit the ambulance or other companies. And I was like, could not get a grasp on what are they doing? What's like their thing? And first we were like, oh, is it like business owners that come together to be like a little community? And they were like, no, it's a mix. We want a mix. And I'm like, okay, cool. But what's like, I can't grasp. I don't know. I couldn't grasp. The only thing he said was like, he called the other people in his community brothers, and that's a sign that they feel very connected in a way. And it's also, I don't know, seems a little bit red flaggy to me. But at the same time, in my own community, I call my community the Unicorn Cousins. So, and also, I don't know, it's also a way to feel connected to, like, everyone feels like a unicorn cousin. So together we are unicorn cousins. So maybe it's not that weird to call in their community to call each other brothers or sisters. And in what did he say? And he also said, like, yeah, to be able to join, you have to visit the community 3 times before you can be accepted to see if you're a good fit. And we usually like to make that person super drunk so that we see how who they really are. And that to me, did not like that at all. That's not. I thought that was very fucking weird. I understand, you want to see that a person isn't weird or do something stupid when they get drunk. Like, obviously that's a good thing. But I just, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking, or I don't like that at all. And he also said, like, we want the person to have engagement and bring something to the community. And I was like, but what kind of thing would you want to bring? And he couldn't clarify. That's what messes with me. I'm like, they didn't clarify it. Like, what do you bring? Is it like a good energy? Is it connections? Because what should you bring? What you should bring, in my mind, should be connected to the purpose of the community. So I could not grasp. So fucking unclear. But everyone was super friendly, like extremely friendly. And I love networking events. So this was incredibly interesting. And a lot of the people were business owners, so we could talk about that. But it's just like I could not, apart from the people that were amazing, I could not really grasp the community or what the fuck they were all about. But apparently, and it turned out that event that we got nested into was their annual meeting. That was like, and that was just the start, the first mingle before they could kick off the whole event. And we got placed in the middle of their welcome mingle. And so everyone assumed that we were part of it. And also everyone was super open to meeting new people. And just by the end of the night, like of the evening, the guy who danced with me in the beginning, who never told me what the fuck he danced, but then maybe danced some tango, he came and gave me and Sophia 2 badges. And he said, like, if you want to come to the dance event, you need these to get in. It was like these things you put on the clothes, like these hard metal things. And we're like, should we go? Because it wasn't far. It was like maybe 10 minutes walk from where we were. And we were like, what the fuck is this evening? Starting from a little business meeting and then getting involved in this network. Yeah, that's a good word. And we were like, should we go? Just to fucking understand what this is about. And we were like, let's fucking do that. Let's fucking do it. So we put on those badges, and those badges were for which was the male network. So we couldn't go undercover being but yeah, so we left our bags because we had our computers and big bags with us. And so we were like asking the hotel, can we leave this here when we go to the event? And we were like, where were the can we leave our bags here? And they were like, sure, no problem. So we left our bags. Ow. And yeah, so we walked to that fucking dance event. And I still believe that this is a organized dance event where dance is the main character, where you do like salsa or something real, a dance, And we walk up to this place or this building, and there are guards outside, and we were like showing our badges, and we were like, yeah, can we come in to like, and he was like, but we need these blue things that you have around your neck, and we need your confirmation email that you're a part of this, and we need, like, it was so many things that he needed. And we're like, fuck, we need, okay. So we're just like, oh, we haven't, and I was like, oh, maybe we need to go back to the hotel and get that. And we're just like bullshitting our ways into like almost, going into the character that we are part of this community, and we just didn't have the confirmation email on that we have on the phone. We only have it on our computers, which is in the hotel. And we're like bullshitting our way. And he was like, after a while, he was like, okay, but tomorrow you need to bring those. If you come tomorrow, you have to have the other things. And I was like, okay, so when we come tomorrow, what do we need to bring? And he explained all these things that we needed to have had. So these badges were not enough. But he was like, okay, I'm going to be nice tonight, but tomorrow when you come, you have to bring these things. And we were like, oh, thank you so much. Awesome. Then we fucking were able to get into their dance event. That was very private. And when the closer we get to, like, to get into those, like, to get into the event, to the dance event, we have to first pass open, in Swedish it's called pissoir. It's like open places where you urinate for men. And it was just fucking weird to, like, have to pass that to, like, in the entry. That's, when you organize an event, I don't think that you should put that in the entryway. However, we were like just so fucking curious. What the fuck is this about? And the closer we get to the like big, like the kind of building is a one-store building with open doors, so you can hear the music pouring out. And I'm like, this is not like. This is kind of more like club music, but more like millennial club music. So the music we were clubbing to 10, 15 years ago. And I'm like, and then the light bulb started getting up for me. And I was like, this is not a dance event. This is just like a fucking private club. This is not a fucking dance event. And we were like, fucking hell. So we were just, mind you, I haven't been clubbing since, I don't even remember, but I don't club. I do not club anymore. I don't know if it's been 10 years that I've been last time to club, maybe 10. Yeah, 15, no, 10. And I was like, I'm here for it. And we were like going to this private bar. And all these people it's only that. And we were like kind of hoping to meet the people we had actually connected with and the people who invited us to feel like it's okay to be there, so we could have a name if someone asked what the fuck we were doing. But we were like just dancing, and it was just so fucking weird to be in a space that was private, and everyone had lots of these badges. At first, I thought, before I knew what they were about, I thought they were scouts because they had so many of these badges, and it was just so fucking weird to be in a place where you dance so much. And at one point we created like a circle, and these men were like, whoa, yeah, and it felt like we were infiltrating a network, a private community that really required, a thorough acceptance practice or whatnot. And we were like in that heartbeat of their community and just being there. And it was fucking insanely fun. And I did. It was 2 men that invited me to dance a proper dance. So that was fucking cool. But it was just a fucking club. And do not call it a dance event if it's a club. I think it's better to call it like, we're going to go have a mingle first at a hotel bar, and then we're going to go to a club and have a party. That was what it was about. It was not a fucking dance event, mind you. And, we even had 3 glasses of wine, and that's, my top max. I drink max 2 glasses normally, but I'm like, this is so fucking insane that let's have a third. Oh, I'm definitely 30 plus. And then I was like, when it was like 1 o'clock, I'm like, I'm so fucking hungry. And there were like these stands outside, like these food trucks. And we were like, yes, okay. So they sold a hot dog. And at that time it had started to rain. And I had left my umbrella at the hotel. And I'm like, I need food. So we ordered hot dogs. And in the hot dog stand, he was like, and I was like, can I get some ketchup on the sausage? And he was like, no, the ketchup is between the other 2 food trucks. And we're like, okay, it's like pouring rain, but whatever. And we looked between the food trucks and there were no ketchup. So we went to the last food truck and we're like, do you have ketchup? And he was like, yeah. And he pulls out these huge ketchup and mustard things and holds it so we can take ketchup on our sausage. And at that point, it just feels so bizarre. And then we just like walk with our hot dogs in pouring rain, and just like the rain is, I don't know, and just eat that fucking sausage. And after that, we're like, okay, we have infiltrated enough. So we decide to walk back, and then we have to do a 10-minute walk in pouring rain. And it's fucking freezing. It's not like a tropical rain in Sweden. It's like a fucking cold rain, and it was windy. And we're like walking over the bridge in that, and we're like, what the fuck happened? Like, how did we even end up doing this? And I don't know what like, talking about, stepping into an energy of your higher self, and then weird things happen. Starting to believe it, because something like this, it hasn't happened to me indefinitely 15, 20 years. Or I don't know really, how old were I 20 years ago? I can't remember. But let's more say it like this. These things happened when I was like 20. And now I'm 35 almost. Okay, 15 years ago. But I can't say that this is something I do every weekend. But it was just very fucking fun. And also to do that with Sophia and just having a fucking time of our lives and just going with the flow and be like, yeah, I think that's a part of it. You can, when you go somewhere, you can actually decide to decline the offer of an opportunity. I don't know what this opportunity kind of was, but we could have said to the people who came to us, we could have said, no, we're not part of your community. We want to talk just us. But we were like, okay, let's just fucking go with the flow. Let's I hope the sound is okay. Let's just go with the flow. Let's, network with these people, because they came to us and we're like, sure, let's network. And then he invited us to go to the dance event, and we're like, sure, let's go. But we had to bullshit our way a bit in anyway, but it just felt so surreal to be, just go with the flow, just see what happens, just try. And we had the time of our lives yesterday. So yeah, I guess the lesson is be open and just go with the flow and be a little, I would love to find a word in English. In Swedish we would say like that you're busig. Be a little playful with life and see where it takes you.
because it's kind of fun. So, yeah, regardless of if this was supposed to be just a fun night for us or if it was like that we'll find a venue through someone at that event or whatever the higher purpose of that night was, it was fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Yeah.
Mama,